Good afternoon to you. If you're on the East Coast, it is 1 o'clock. My name is Brandon Hardison. I am the new host of Automotive Training News. Richie Bello, who's been sitting in, has gone on to do some extremely busy things, so his schedule is tight. So he gave me an opportunity to sit in, so I'm glad to be here. Today, we're going to be dealing with something that everyone, I don't care if you're a sales consultant, a desk manager, dealer principal, you need to be tuned in to this. But we'll get to that in a second. I would like to introduce our guest for today from a long way away from the East Coast. Boy, he's down there in that big, beautiful state that want to declare independence by itself, and they're doing well with it, and they're still having fun. But our guest is Ron Garverick, who's president and CEO of GARV Automotive. So, Ron, how you doing today?
Brandon, if I was doing any better, I'd be you.
Now, we see you were driving. Could you tell the folks a quick elevator pitch where you're at, how'd you start, all that great stuff?
I'm actually on my way to a football game for my son's football game that he's having today. I'm actually just getting into Amarillo, Texas. I'm from Dumas, Texas, which is 45 miles north of Amarillo. And if anybody knows the George Strait song "Amarillo by Morning," then you'll know where Amarillo is. And I've been in the car business for approximately 10 years. Started from a green pea all the way up to general manager of my own store. And recently, right now, on top of, with GARV Automotive Training and whatnot, I am finance director of Street Volkswagen here in Amarillo.
Oh, outstanding. Good. So let's get right to it because some people are busy, or I'll throw it a different way. Attention spans are not like they used to be. So if we were to say about dealerships and digital marketing, wow. Before I get to you, Ron, I'm saying this to everyone. You have vendors calling, emailing, showing up to your different departments if you're the dealer principal or general manager, banging every day, trying to sell you something that they perceive its value that'll put more money in your pocket. The big thing that we're hearing today is a lot of digital marketing, and you're throwing your money at it. But here's my question before I ask Ron. Diminishing returns. Diminishing returns. Now, my thing is that I'll give you the elevator, the Webster, right? The Wikipedia. We're talking about a point that you've reached at a level where the profit or benefits gained is less than amount of money that you intended to spend. I'm seeing that a lot at a lot of dealerships here in the Atlanta metro market. Ron, what's your input? What's your thought about digital marketing when it comes to dealerships?
Well, digital marketing is all good and whatnot, but if you don't train your salespeople, you could spend all the money in the world on all this digital marketing stuff. But what I don't like is companies, they give their sales pitch. They're saying, hey, we could do this for your dealership. We could do that for your dealership. And we'll do some training.
In half a mile,
but,
use the right lane to take the ramp to Texas.
You're going to have to go from there. Once you sign on that dotted line that you want that service, it is very hard to get a hold of that vendor to get some additional training. Is once they got their money, they run. And the training is very slow and not accurate. It interferes with what is the ROI out of it all? What am I getting in return of investment? Yeah, they pump you up, say we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But what are you going to get out of it after you sign on that dotted line? You're spending thousands of dollars a month, but what are you getting out of it if you don't train your salespeople or get a buy-in from your management team?
Excellent, excellent. Now, 3 times you really highlighted, Ron, training. These vendors, yeah, they do say they have training, but it's hard to catch up with the people. They may only have one person for half the country, another person for the other half of the country. Usually it's on the phone. You may get an opportunity to catch them when they can virtually. But yes, the training is weak from vendors. Like you said, they signed, they got your money, now you can't find them. And if you're a middle manager, or if you're not a large corporation that may happen to have a training director or a trainer that goes to all the stores, boy, you're going to be pretty much stuck if that's pretty much what I heard you say.
You are going to be stuck. And the bad part about it is when you want to cancel that training, saying, hey, there's no buy-in, we're not getting any training, we don't really know how to utilize this digital training that you're talking about, then they're starting to negotiate. Well, what is the first thing anybody does in the car business or in any kind of, when you're selling product? You want to lower the price. So when you tell them, hey, your services are just not working for us, or we just quite don't understand how it's going to benefit us, the very first thing they say is, hey, why don't we just go ahead and lower the price? I'll have somebody call you and we'll go over some more training with you.
Gotcha.
That being said is showing that they don't really believe in their product that they're trying to sell themselves if the first thing they do is lower the price.
Gotcha. I like that. What I'm seeing a lot here in our market, and I don't know what it's like in Texas, but probably the same. Uh, because of COVID, especially now, but even before COVID, but especially now, a whole lot of lead generation companies are beating up. They're saying that your BDCs are not effective, right? You need to get us on as your lead generation company. But my thing, looking at some of the information, it doesn't ask for that much. I mean, basically, name, address, you might have something for an email, a phone number. I can't see where that information is going to be that effective for the price. Seem like you should have more information if you're a lead generation company. You need to offer me a little bit more where I know that my people will have an opportunity to actually get a guest that's going to show up and possibly buy. Well, what's your thoughts on lead generation companies?
If you provide a lot more information than just a name or an email, and actually have it where the BDC can engage with the customer. When I was a BDC director, we had many vendors saying, hey, we could do this and we could do that. We can improve your numbers here, your show ratio, your appointment ratio. And what we were receiving was a bunch of phone calls, but nobody really interested in anything. I don't know how many, if you guys have it back east, but we have these little stickers on the windows of the car, and you text the number and you get information from about that certain vehicle, which sends a lead to the BDC department. So you call that customer, they may be texting 6 or 7 cars, and they're still on our lot, and we're giving them a call going, hey, what's going on? I see that you were looking at these vehicles. How can we help you? And they're like, we're not interested. So go ahead.
No, you hit it on the head. See, because that goes back to that diminishing returns. We're doing things, processes, adding processes, but we can't inspect what we expect.
Exactly.
And that's where what you had said at the beginning, that's where the training comes in. And to have no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And you get those vendors and say, hey, don't worry about it. We'll take care of everything else. We'll hold ourselves accountable, but we'll also hold you accountable if the process is not going in the direction that we want it to go.
Mhm. No, no, no. Now, you were talking about a BDC director or manager or head of that department there with that, and you said that you spent some time with that. Now, I'm just going to go away from the lead generation just a second because it still deals with training. In your career, have you ever seen managers, BDC managers, desk managers, I'll just open it up, do daily one-on-ones with their people?
You know, I'd be lying if I said that they were every day. I can't say that about my dealership because we do one-on-ones. We have team leaders that have a team of salespeople, but it's highly important that you do those one-on-ones, because I know some sales managers, they think the BDC director is a waste of money. The BDC department's a waste of cash. But you look at the BDC and you think business development center. But when I think of BDC, I think of big dollar center, because that's the heartbeat of the dealership. And when those leads come out, it's like a blood flow, and it goes to all these other departments, even if it's service, if it's parts, or if it's for sales, or if someone's just trying to sell their vehicle. It is a blood flow to keep the dealership running. It is the heartbeat that makes the dealership run every single day. So don't overestimate how important the business development center is, because that is your big dollar center, and that CRM is your ATM.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Now, another thing, still dealing with these vendors after they got you to sign on the dotted line here with that. Another issue that I've seen in this market and some other markets, and you probably have it there. All right, BDC agent got the customer to commit. How does the escalation go? Does it go to the floor? Am I playing favorites with salesperson because he or she buys me lunch every day? Does it go to the desk manager who also has buddies out there and just feeds them? Have you had challenges with escalating that call?
Well, the BDC takes the lead. Their main concern is to sell the appointment, get the appointment in. So from then, they have to figure out which salesperson will fit with this customer. If it's an older couple, then you send it to the older gentleman salesman that can handle that customer. If they're real upbeat and want to get things in and out, you want to give it to a veteran. But you also want to make sure that the salesmen are making their phone calls, they're following up with their customers, they're completing their tasks, and you got to look at the closing ratio, because you don't want to give them a lead if they only have a 2% closing ratio. You want to give it to the salesman that has a 13-14% closing ratio, because at our BDC agents get paid if the car is sold. So
Okay.
they set the appointment, they get paid if that customer shows up, and they get paid if that customer buys. So they want to make sure that they give it to the right salesman, but the salesman has to do their part to receive a lead. And it's like getting a cupcake. You're getting a cupcake because you've done your job. You've followed your process to make sure that all your follow-ups are completed and all your tasks are done, so you can receive that cupcake.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Now, I want to go back to one thing you said, Ron. That BDC agent that's only at 2%.
No, the
Man.
salesman's at 2%.
Oh, the salesman's at 2%. What would be the lowest that you would accept for a BDC agent as far as them receiving a call and then moving it forward? What was something that you would accept? 15%, 20%, 25%? Uh-oh, looks like froze up on me. Okay, looks like Ron has got a little problem with the vehicle that he's in, so we're still going to continue on. Here's where I was going at, still going with the training. There is a company out there that is called Shop Smart Autos. You need to check that out. Shop Smart Autos, when it comes to lead generation, will give the best information that is out there, bar none. I believe if you really reach out to them, they almost guarantee, just don't have a lead, just don't have an appointment, you have a buyer. You have someone that is ready to come to your store and commit. I'll say it a different way. You can't close an empty seat. We need to have someone in that building, unless we're doing expressway where someone's away, but we need to have somebody to talk to. That's what Shop Smart Auto brings to us. So it looks like Ron's back. Did we clear up some of that? Oh, now you're moving again. Can you hear?
So said it was overheating and it shut off.
Oh, okay. All right then.
I apologize,
well,
everybody.
No, that's all right. We're coming down to the closing. I was talking a little bit about the only company that I've seen so far is Shop Smart Auto. They give you a whole lot of information when it comes to lead generation. Plus, they also make sure that the training piece is there. And their trainers are out there making sure that your return on investment will be there. That's what I was just talking about while you froze up a little bit. So how about you talking about what you got going on for your company? And anything special? Maybe you got a workshop, maybe you got something online you're doing. I always give people an opportunity to talk about their company and how they can reach out to you more.
Yeah, you can go to my website, www.GARV Automotive, that's GARV as in Victor, automotive.com. I got online training classes on there. You can also book me to do a virtual 3-hour meeting. I can talk to your BDC, your sales department, your sales desk, and your F&I department. And I also got some other courses on there. So go to www.garvautomotive.com and check everything out. And then you can listen to me on my podcast, the Automotive Architect Sales Podcast. I have weekly shows on there, and I talk about everything known to man through every department. I talk about management and how to become a better manager, how to hold your salesman accountable. I talk about finance, closing. I help the BDC, and I have some great guests that are about to come on soon, so you want to check it out.
Outstanding. We thank you. I still have a few more things to say, but we'll let you get back on the road so you can get to your son's football game, and I hope they're successful. Thank you for being with us, Ron.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you, Brandon. It's a pleasure to be on.
Okay, then. That was Ron, everybody. He had some great stuff to share with you, but I wanted to end again just in case you missed it. Shop Smart Autos. Please look them up. If you need any type of lead generation, that's the company you need to go with. Their training, which we've been talking about for the past 15 minutes, their training is the best. So with that said, as always in parting, this is Brandon Hardison, host of Automotive Training News. You go out and you make it a champion day.